Hey guys, Ollie here and welcome back to GameStorm PCs. Today we are going to be talking about why it is useful having 16 gigs of RAM. Now I want to kick straight off with saying that 16 gigs is way overkill for most modern users. 8 gigs is perfectly fine. Up till now I have been using 8 gigs of RAM, but when the Black Friday deals came on and I saw that my Kingston HyperX Beast 8GB kit had been reduced down to 50 quid from 75, I thought, yeah, I may as well pick some up. So now I've got two 8GB kits of Kingston HyperX Beast at 2133 MHz, which equals out as four 4GB DIMMs. They are some of the best looking DIMMs that I have ever used or ever laid my hands on, and I'm so lucky that they are actually inside my gaming and editing rig. So now the uses of having 16 gigs of RAM. Having 16 gigs of RAM is great if you are a mass multitasker. I, having two screens, have a lot of programs open at once, quite often up to 20 Chrome tabs, as well as high RAM usage software like Premiere Pro and Photoshop, and quite often in Premiere Pro I'll be using the warp stabilizer effects and stuff like that to get super smooth video. Those stabilizer effects in the Premiere Pro video editing software eat up a lot of RAM. I mean, when I was down at Westland the very first time I went, I decided to drag and drop the warp stabilizer effect on the whole of my timeline because we had to work without a tripod on that very first time. It didn't go well. My computer sat there basically shitting itself for probably about half an hour going, I have no RAM left. So yeah, 16 gigs of RAM would have helped in that situation, but I had to get by with 8. So as I said, it helps with video editing, as well as if you are somebody like a friend of mine, Kai Spencer R3D, who does a lot of Blender / Zmod / CAD, all sorts of design like that, where you're dealing with high poly models that you are dragging in, adding parts to, and then exporting again. 16 gigs of RAM helps massively with that because you can load all of the polygons in super quick and it doesn't fill up. Like 8 gigs of RAM will fill up pretty quickly if you're not careful with how many polygon models you are importing. Another really cool feature of having 16 gigs of RAM is RAM disks. Now basically what RAM disks are is you can install a program or a software and then segregate part of your memory, which will then become visible as a hard drive. Now this hard drive has 3 to 4 gigabyte per second, if not more, read and writes. So you can install programs and stuff off of it and run them off of it, and they'll boot super quick and respond super quick. Now I will say, if you're doing this or want to do this, don't run or put any valuable files or software or anything that means a lot to you on the RAM disk, because as soon as you shut down your computer or lose power and the computer shuts down or accidentally shut down, the RAM is volatile. So if any of that happens that I said before, you will lose all of the data that was on that RAM disk. That's the only downfall to RAM disks. I've been playing around with it and so far it's really cool on how quick things open. It is literally like a finger click. Now by any means guys, you can go out and buy an extra 8 gigs of RAM or 16 gigs of RAM from the first bat, but if you're not really going to be using it, there's no point. 8 gigs is still the sweet spot for now. I just got 16 because it was on offer and it future-proofs my PC a little bit more. I hate that future-proof word, but it does. It means that I'm less likely to upgrade it in the future. So I hope you guys really liked this short video on the uses of 16 gigs of RAM. I hope it gave you a little insight onto what you can do with 16 gigs of RAM. Bar that guys, go down in the description, go over to our Facebook pages and various other stuff. We do now have a forum up on MGen. You can go ahead and sign up and ask us any questions or queries on there. But anyway guys, thanks for checking out this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.